What is up, back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my story time experience meeting the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, whatever you would want to know him as. Before I share my story time experience, would love to know what yours was like if you met Johnny down in the comments below. If you have not met Johnny Wrestling, would love to know if you would want to meet him down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. And yeah, let's get going. So that was the kind of sort of somewhat first time that I met Johnny Gargano. Was back on September 9th, 2017, NXT house show at the old Maple Leaf Gardens, now known as Manamy Athletics Center, in Toronto, Ontario. And it was the first time I sat front row for a WWE event. It was the second time I seen Johnny Gargano, and it was the first time that I could kind of sort of somewhat meet him. Pretty much what happened was he was facing Killian Dane in, from what I remember, pretty good match, and he was high-fiving everybody. He stopped for a couple of people to sign autographs before his match, and I'm like, I'm gonna record this. I don't have the video, or at least I can't find it, or I would show it to you, but pretty much I hit record, kind of turned my back to the ring, because again, I was front row, and held it over my head, and Gargano seen, and he kind of stopped, and he's like kind of put his head back and continued walking, but I could not get a clear enough screenshot. But that was the one photo that you seen was the best I could do, and I'm like, yes, I kind of got a somewhat photo with Gargano, because again, I could have met him when he wrestled in Toronto for Smash Wrestling a couple of years prior, but just couldn't make it work. But I'm happy with that. So yeah, that was the first time I met him. Fast forward to the second time I met him, and I'm gonna show you the autograph that I got signed. This is the one and only thing I had Johnny Gargano sign. His first t-shirt, his signature is right there. So that was the autograph I got signed. Like I said, it's his first t-shirt. I also got it signed by Candice LeRae. But either way, similar kind of deal. NXT house show, sat front row. To me, it will always be Barry Molson Center, but it's, I think, Saddlein Arena is what it's called now, in Barrie, Ontario. And honestly, it was February 25th, 2018, if I remember right. But either way, one of the last legit big things on my wrestling bucket list was sitting front row at that venue, because first WWE event was there. It's the closest WWE will come to where I grew up, yada yada yada. But either way, it was the fourth of 4 shows NXT was doing in Southern Ontario, and I read results on what happened for those respective shows, and everything that I've heard for the 3 other ones is Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae would stop for everybody that wants an autograph or wants a photo after the event, like ringside. And I'm like, I got front row, I should buy his t-shirt and get both of them to sign it, because again, they're married. That was my logic. And then again, similar kind of deal, he and Candice were high-fiving everybody who sat front row, kind of deal, before their match. Asked him to sign it then, and it's like, no, I'll do it after the show, kind of deal. I want to get in the mood to fight. And I'm like, that's fine, kind of deal. I just wanted to see if he would do it. And then had the match against Andrade. No, it was Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae versus Andrade and Zelina Vega. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but either way, Gargano and LeRae won. And then he mentioned that, hey, like, anybody that wants an autograph or a photo, come ringside and I'll do it, or will do it. Don't care how long it takes. Which I'm like, very, very Johnny Gargano of you. But either way, I think I met Candace first, different video, different day, and then I asked, got Gargano to sign a shirt, and because again, it was his first t-shirt for WWE, and it looks cool enough how I got it up, kind of deal. But yeah, when it comes to actually meeting him, he's like, where do you want me to sign it? Or he asked me what shirt it was, and I'm like, it's your first one, the red one. And he's like, oh, okay. He asked where I wanted to sign it. I'm like, anywhere. And he's like, okay, pull this, put your hand here, pull this a little bit tighter, kind of deal. And then he signed it, kind of deal. And I'm like, hey, and then like he said, oh, do you want a photo too? I'm like, yeah, I'll need a minute to set it up. And he's like, okay. Went back, a couple of people signed and took photos for them too. Got the photo, not the best photo, I will fully admit. I was too busy trying not to mark the F out, kind of deal. But yeah, that's the second time. First one officially, technically meeting Gargano. But yeah, fast forward to 2019, where I was able to meet him again. So last time I met him was after SummerSlam 2019, and little bit of a backstory. First night, like the Saturday for Takeover Toronto, got an Airbnb, and Sunday got a hotel through Hotwire. Hotel we got through that was the hotel that wrestlers were staying at. And I'm like, okay, I did this before, it's cool to do again, but if I meet people, great. If I don't, great, kind of deal. And I was chilling in the lobby, and I seen two people walk in together, and I kind of, it was one of those things where it's like you see them out of the corner of your eye, and they kind of look familiar, so you do a double take. It was Gargano and LeRae, and like two or three people walked up to them, and they're like, hey, do you mind a quick photo? You don't have to if you don't want to. They said, yeah, sure. Took photos, and I'm like, speed walking over there, because again, it's Gargano and LeRae. Met them both before, but photos weren't the best, kind of deal. So I asked, hey, do you mind a quick photo? And he's like, yeah, sure. Took the photo, and I'm like, good match last night. And he's like, thanks, I'm really banged up from it, because he had essentially 2 out of 3 or 3 stages of hell match with Adam Cole, but it wasn't called 3 stages of hell, kind of deal. And again, he was beat up for it, shook his hand, told him thanks for everything, and then I met Candice LeRae. Different video, different day. But yeah, those were the 3 times so far I met Johnny Gargano. Each different kind of experiences, but definitely just based off my interactions, definitely a nice guy to meet, and all of that fun stuff. Like I said earlier, if you have met Gargano or Candice LeRae, would love to know what your experience was like down in the comments below. If you've not met Candice or Johnny, would love to know why or why not down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. More importantly, hope you guys are doing okay mentally, emotionally, and physically.
The world that we tend to make up is nothing but a fantasy until you wake up. I feel like I'm just lying to myself, yeah. Cause I just crossed the line like I'm playing offside. I do it how I want and I'ma do it till I die. Feel like I'm just lying to myself, but it's